I think this is a great move by TikTok. The fact that the platform is willing to acknowledge and bring to light those that are day in and day out grinding out original content. They have a video that has a huge impact, and then they showcase and highlight that in front of the entire world. What's going on, fellow creators? It's Joseph here. Welcome back to another video. What's better than 1,000 new followers on TikTok? 2,000 new followers. It's true, you never see anyone in the comment section below these videos ever complaining about too many followers or too much engagement on their profile. In fact, if you ever discover a unicorn account like that, let me know. We'll capture it, we'll study it, maybe we'll siphon off some of that engagement and distribute it to the masses. But regardless, today we're going to be talking about some of the latest algorithmic updates to the platform and why I truly do believe TikTok is in one of the best positions for fast and easy growth as a creator on the rise. As many of you know from my previous video on what's going on with the TikTok algorithm, the platform is going through a major transition overall. In many countries, it's facing near extinction, if not already having been banned, and it's trying to do everything that it possibly can to root itself in our daily lives, make success easier than ever before so that we don't have a reason to leave. And if you want to understand all of this just a little bit better so you can capitalize on the very, very best opportunities when they do come your way, please do check out that video that I mentioned previously, but also stay tuned because today we're going to be breaking down our discussion into three different sections, three different updates, if you will. Number one, video duration. Number two, video originality. And number three, creator hallmarks. All three of these are some concepts that we really haven't yet discussed before in this level of detail on this channel as of yet. So if you find this information helpful and valuable, please be sure to leave a like down below this video and perhaps consider subscribing as an added bonus. Both of those actions would be very, very much appreciated. Without further ado, let's begin the video here and let's talk TikTok. The first aspect that we're going to be discussing today is video duration. By far the most popular question that I get in the comment section is, how long should my videos be? Should they be 15 to 20 seconds? Should they be pushing 40 seconds plus? And it might surprise you, but I don't think that there is a right or wrong answer per se. Now, I will say that I don't like applying a blanket standard to every single profile because each account is different, and someone's particular content style might do better in a longer format, whereas comedy, for instance, tends to do better when it's short, bite-sized videos. I'll give you an example. One of my coaching students, he's a father and he's got 3 sons and they do fun activities on their farm. He noticed that his most viral videos were all over 40 seconds long, whereas his shorter videos that were less than 20 seconds never ever substantially hit the For You page. And that's because his stories that he was telling in his content, the experiences that he would share, made sense. They were the most entertaining and they were received the best when that content was translated into a longer format that was usually over 40 seconds in length. So how does this relate to the algorithm? Well, here's why. Fundamentally, the algorithm's sole purpose is to keep you and I addicted, fixated on the platform for as long as possible, pushing out content that people are engaging with to bigger and bigger audiences. I'm assuming a lot of us realize the importance of watch time, how long your audience is retained throughout your video. For instance, a 20-second video with 2 seconds of watch time, there's no logical reason why TikTok would push it out to bigger and bigger audiences. However, what I'm starting to notice more and more is that there is a huge difference between the percentage of a video watched versus the actual amount of seconds an audience is retained. So let me explain what I mean by this a little bit better. 100% watch completion rate of a 20-second video is what? Well, it's 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds out of 20 seconds is 100%. However, let's just say that you have a video that's 59 seconds long and it gets a 65% watch completion rate. So people are watching it a little bit more than halfway through. That video is going to be pushed much further onto the For You page than, let's just say, a 10-second video with a 100% watch completion rate. Why? Well, because taking it back to the core concept of what the TikTok algorithm is all about, it's to retain users for as long as possible on the platform. It's the same reason why people say, well, why can't I just create a 3-second video and then almost guarantee 100% watch completion rate, or a 5-second video? Because again, it's about those actual amount of seconds, the actual time people are retained, and not necessarily about that percentage. And keep in mind too that although we're talking and emphasizing a lot on watch time, that's not the be-all factor that's going to make or break your video's chances of launching onto the For You page. Keep in mind too that as we discussed in previous videos, there's the engagement ratio, there's the actual shares in your video, and other things that will make a huge difference in the actual virality of your content. So keep that in mind. By the way, all this information really is part of a huge TikTok study project, if you will, that myself and a couple colleagues of mine have really been avidly working on over the past 2 to 3 months. And we're going to be getting into all the nitty-gritty details of how we came to some of these conclusions in a later video, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I would highly suggest that you check out the previous video that I've referenced on the algorithm for not only some of our methodologies that you can find in the description of that video, but also some of the results that we talked about that are super enlightening. So there's a video coming soon, stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's move on to our second point of analysis today, and that is number 2, video originality. TikTok at its core is what you would describe as a copycat culture, meaning that the majority of the content that you see on the For You page is a recreation of a video that that person saw that was a recreation of someone else's original idea. And the chain goes on and on and on. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that, or reimagining a version or something that you saw that was a source of inspiration. In fact, one of the 3 R's of viral content that I've mentioned in previous videos is in fact recreations. However, TikTok itself has stressed that it's starting to focus more now on prioritizing original content, things that are unique to the platform exclusively and aren't otherwise repurposed or reposted. And more I've started to see videos go viral that aren't just exclusively utilizing the latest trending song on the platform or capitalizing on the featured tags on TikTok's discovery page. And don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not saying avoid these. There is a culture on the platform that is necessary to tap into, but just know that the TikTok algorithm is really starting to enter a stage, or shall we say a phase, where it's highly more likely to push out something completely new versus a 302nd, 100,000th version of someone dancing to Drake's new song. So I hope that concept kind of makes sense in principle. It's just something that I've started to realize personally, and I've seen a lot of people apply this more and more and have a lot of success with this principle. And just know too that the entire ecosystem of the platform is this concept of banking off ideas of others, which makes for a never-ending source of inspiration for future videos, but it also makes it very hard, incredibly hard, for new creators to just get started. In fact, TikTok each week in its newsroom, which you can find linked below this video, highlights its top creators of the week. And by the way, these aren't all celebrities, they're not all famous people. In fact, some of them have pretty average size audiences, but the point is to highlight and recognize those that have gone the extra mile with originality and have been successful with their attempts. I think this is a great move by TikTok. The fact that the platform is willing to acknowledge and bring to light those that are day in and day out grinding out original content. They have a video that has a huge impact, and then they showcase and highlight that in front of the entire world. So I will say too, I actually knew someone who made this list just a couple of months ago, and it was simply a video of him and one of his family members doing something fun outdoors in the summer. And so anyone can really make this list, but it fundamentally does come down to the amount of impact that you have. So I've got my fingers crossed it's going to be one of you watching next. The third thing that I want to discuss about, and one that I'm super excited in particular to introduce into this video, is the concept of creator hallmarks. I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about your favorite creator on TikTok or on YouTube. And I want you to ask the question, think seriously, why do you like them? Why do you watch your content? Why do you find them particularly interesting enough to come back to consistently? Most will answer it's because they're different. They have quirks, they have ideas, they have information that they choose to share that's unlike that which you receive from other creators on the platform. They're different. They differentiate themselves somehow from the masses. This is a great example of what's known as a personality attribute, otherwise known as a creator hallmark. And it's something about you, something in your videos that people can look for that's done intentionally or put there purposefully. And this is truly what separates average creators from those that have a lot of success on the platform. Over the past couple of weeks, TikTok has been giving out benefits to its creators, from its $1 billion TikTok creator fund to those that have branded themselves in a particularly unique way and have done very well on the platform overall recently. In fact, if you want to take a look at the eligibility requirements, I'll link them below this video, because I think a lot of you might actually be able to participate in this program, if at least not now, then later on down the road. I'm also releasing a video on this subject next week, so if you want to hear my thoughts on it before actually participating in the program, then stay tuned for that. But I would encourage you to browse the list of featured creators that have been a recipient already of these funds, because all of them do have some kind of a creator hallmark. So how can you implement this idea of a creator hallmark into your own videos? Well, I'll give you an example of someone that I just connected with recently. He's going to be signing off every single one of his videos with a pair of black sunglasses that he puts on, and then he's got a sentence that's going to serve as his catchphrase or his verbal signature that's going to define his content. Another example is Chef Matt Broussard, who always starts his videos with the opening line, "We're going to turn this into this." Just Marius on TikTok always starts his videos with the same catchphrase. Josh Atusinya on TikTok has his signature laugh that people always comment about. Honestly, the sky's the limit when it comes to what these ideas are. What do you have? What can you put in your videos? What can you do that will separate you from other creators in your same niche? As we've seen so far with the Creator Fund and even the Creators of the Week, TikTok is starting to push out and even reward those creators that are defined and unique in their content and personalities. Especially over the course of this entire pandemic season where there's been a global influx of new attention and new users on the platform, it's really become increasingly more obvious to me that it's now more important than ever to establish clarity in your ideas as a personality, and why should people follow you fundamentally? What is that unique factor? If there were 10 of you lined up in a row, why should I follow just one of you in particular? Of course, that being you. So those are just some questions that are food for thought that have really helped me identify what I want to accomplish on the platform just a little bit better, and hopefully it does the same for you. In fact, I'll tell you what, comment down below what your creator hallmark is, what kind of ideas you're entertaining. Maybe you don't have an idea and you're looking for some suggestions. I'll try to reply to as many of you as I can, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a conversation going there. On a similar note, if you found this information valuable or helpful or beneficial in any way, please be sure to leave a like down below this video, and all I ask is that you consider subscribing to this channel for the latest and greatest updates on TikTok. We've got a couple of really cool videos coming later this week, also next week as well, and really going to be uploading a lot more in September, so if you appreciate those efforts, let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.